You are watching DigiKnow, featuring interesting people, places, and things in your backyard. Did you know? Now here's something intriguing to think about. This digital video short is produced and underwritten for DuBois TV by The Kinetic in downtown DuBois. Of course. Get into The Kinetic and we'll teach you the art of digital media production and help you create your own TV show. Or, if you're a business, partner with us and help us to continue lighting up your community through the power of digital media.
Are you looking for a unique advertising opportunity for your business? Scared of the high cost of reaching new customers? Thanks to DuBois TV working with us, we've had fresh talent come in and create various forms of TV shows just for you. Shows that are entertaining, technical, and above all, educational. Even more so is that our shows are fun and exciting for people of all ages. So come on, check out DuBoisTV.net with original content filmed and produced here at The Kinetic. Sponsor our TV shows and you can be seen on YouTube, Facebook, even during live webcasts, and be loved by people from all over. What are you waiting for? Sponsor a show today and you'll become a hero. Join the digital revolution with DuBois TV and The Kinetic. Minds in motion.
Hello friends, Sam Matero coming at you with another DigiKnow moment, where we go around through central Pennsylvania looking at interesting people, places, and things that maybe you didn't realize were right in your backyard. And today we're taking a look at a fantastic system for growing organic vegetables 365 days a year in the basement of a church with no soil and a little bit of help, well, from some fish and a bit of know-how like our friend John Hoover has here. John, this is a phenomenal setup. Tell us where we are and what we have here.
We're in the basement of the Christian Education Center of the First United Presbyterian Church. We're located underneath where Paint and Play would be. On the first floor, we're in this basement, a few doors up from the municipal building here in DuBois.
You guys are doing some amazing things. Tell us a little bit about the genesis of this project and how it works.
Well, amazingly, this started exactly 1 year ago when I received an email. And this email that I received was on March 20th of 2013. And I was down in Mexico on a mission trip between the 2nd and 9th of March. And on the last day we were down there, we took a tour of their community garden. And I noticed an area off to the one side that had hoops across the top of it. And I was wondering what that was. So I asked the girl, and she had mentioned that it was a fish tank. And unfortunately, they didn't have any fish in it. They just had the vegetables. When I got this email, it dealt with aquaponics. And what was so unusual about this was that I just returned from Aquaponics. I almost got this email and I was thinking, is God trying to tell me to do something here? Because I just returned from a mission trip. There they were, in an arid area with very little rain down there. And I thought that one of these gardens would be perfectly located in the conditions that they had down there to help feed the people. Because, as you know, a good bit of their protein is obtained from beans. And the fish would be a wonderful way to add additional protein along with vegetables to their diet.
So we're able to grow the garden in a soilless medium inside.
That's correct.
With a really relatively affordable startup cost, and the only nutrients that we need to add or the amendments to feed the organic garden comes from the fish.
That is correct. The fish feed that we've obtained, we decided to make the decision to go organic. So the feed that we're giving the fish is organic. The chemicals we need to add to raise the pH of the water, which is potassium carbonate and calcium carbonate to raise the pH. These are both defined by the USDA as being organic. So in that respect, we're trying to be as organic as possible. We've ordered non-GMO seeds to put on our grow beds to grow, and we're trying to use all the principles of high standards of gardening in order to create quality vegetables for the public. And
Aquaponics, not hydroponics.
hydroponics is soilless, growing plants soillessly, without soil. When you mix aquaculture with that, you get aquaponics.
All right, and that's what we're looking at here.
That is correct. And this is a year-round garden.
Again, we talked about this. This is not soil. This is...
No, this is expanded clay media. What we have here is approximately 1,050 pounds of this material for the 3 grow beds.
So these are completely full of the expanded clay. There's not a lick of soil in here. And look at it. These plants are incredible. They're gorgeous. They're absolutely perfect.
The water that we have in these tanks is superior, based on a study done in Hawaii, to the quality of water that you would find out on a farm garden. Mm-hmm. So we have superior water. We're raising seeds that hasn't been genetically altered.
In terms of organic and GMO, why don't you educate us a little bit as to what those terms mean and why are they important to the health of the human body?
These are non-GMO seeds. These are seeds that man hasn't played with. And it's the idea that we're not putting any strange chemicals into these. We're doing this as naturally as possible, as if this was done naturally in nature.
Arugula, look at this in arugula. That is beautiful. Wow. How much food can you generate out of this setup that you have down here?
The research I've done is if we had 1 pound fish in our fish tank, that would be 40 fish. Each fish is capable of producing between 15 and 25 pounds of vegetables. This would be between 600 and 1,000 pounds of vegetables at garden.
Over what period of time, though?
We're talking on an annual basis.
How much?
600 to 1,000 pounds.
600 to 1,000 pounds of incredible, organic, non-genetically modified vegetables growing in your basement with the help of some happy little fish. An amazing story. John, let's take a closer look.
Okay,
Very good.
What we have here is a fish tank that holds upwards of 250 gallons of water. This is enough water to support 40 fish. The ratio is 1 fish for every 5 gallons of water. In the tank here, you will see 6 fish, and these fish are approximately 3 inches to 4 inches long. They've been moved here in probably the past, maybe the past month that we have moved them into this tank. We had to do this because we had arrivals of 50 additional blue Nile tilapia from Florida.
Then you can actually harvest the fish and eat the fish as well.
But they would become edible plate-sized fish in 8 months to 10 months.
Wow.
And these fish are able to support these grow beds that you'll see here. And you got to realize we're going to add approximately 40 more fish to this. This is our first grow bed. In the grow bed here, you'll see a number of different plants that we have started. We have kale here. This would be kale. This would be lettuce. We have some parsley back there. There's some sage over here. There's a spinach plant over here. Over there is some thyme. So we have a number of different herbs and vegetables in this garden.
Beautiful. No insects, disease-free.
No pesticides. There's no pesticides within this bed. There's no E. coli because we're dealing with fish. There's no weeding of the garden because there's no weeds in the garden. It has so many benefits, plus it's a year-round garden. This is a secondary grow bed. It also has similar crops in it. And you'll note that up above the grow beds, we're using the heat from the lamps here. There's 8 tubes underneath this, 432 watts, that's using for germination of the plants above that we're planning on planting eventually either outside, or these would go to replace the plants that would be removing from the grow beds.
You got some little seedlings going on there.
Yes, this was an experiment. We just wanted to try broadcasting a few seeds onto the grow media to see whether it would grow or not. And you can see that it's coming along quite nicely. Now this pipe here that you'll see, this pipe, it would be the inlet pipe. Currently we have the pump turned on, and the water system would pump water into the garden. Okay, we've turned on the pumps. You can see that the water is coming in out of the outlet pipe into the garden. I guess it actually been inlet to the grow beds. This grow bed will fill up to a elevation that will be approximately 1 inch below the surface. Then it will discharge, and the discharge will go back into the sump tank, where the pump will repick it up and it will distribute to the other grow beds and also to the fish tank. And that is done by this device over here. I can show you best on this garden here. This is an automatic siphon. This will fill up and then discharge. There's an airlock in here that maintains the water in the tank. At a certain elevation, when the water raises, the airlock will be broken. And as soon as that airlock is broken, then gravity takes over and a vacuum is created, and it'll literally suck all the water out of the grow bed. And this allows oxygen to get to the roots of the plants when this discharges. There's approximately 20 gallons of water in each grow bed when it fills up. There's a lower zone, which is where the sludge accumulates. In this area here would be the water movement through the system, and up here would be a dry area, and this eliminates the evaporation of water from your system and helps maintain the water. Once again, you can see that the various plants we have are lettuces, kale. We do have some chives back there in the corner. We have rosemary and thyme.
All right, so we're looking at relatively low profile plants here. Green leafy vegetables. What about items such as broccoli or something that might stand up higher, a cauliflower, larger plant?
There's really no limit to the type of plants we could do. We could do strawberries, you could do flowers, tomatoes.
Some might think that it's unusual for a church to be so interested in gardening. But we hope that this is a project that doesn't just benefit our church and our members, but has an opportunity to benefit our entire community. As we all know, as we read in the news and other information, people are lacking the opportunity for a healthy diet, to have good vegetables, affordable vegetables. And so what we hope happens is that this garden, as it produces fruits and vegetables year-round, that we can share those fruits and vegetables with people in our community, and at the same time educate them on how they can do the same thing in a smaller scale at their home. And we just hope that this will be an opportunity for us to partner with other organizations here in DuBois and just spread the word of how great it is and how accessible it is to have organic vegetables in our diet.
You're not just doing this for the church. You want to spread this knowledge to the community, and you have a mission to do so. I think that's outstanding. Let's take a look at the little personal system that John has developed over here that would enable somebody to get started at their own home, right in their own kitchen even, at a really reasonable price. Let's go over here and take a look.
Now this garden could be a small kitchen garden, or it could possibly be on your patio where you'd wheel it out onto your patio, and maybe in the winter months you'd wheel it back into the kitchen. The upper part would be your system that would be growing the plants. It has the automatic siphon here. Over here's the valve and the inlet pipe that's coming from the lower tank that would contain your fish. Up above this is a grow light. This is kind of an unusual light because it's actually an LED light. It contains all the lights of the spectrum that the plants require. This costs $40, plus its power usage is 14 watts.
And there's another DigiKnow moment. My name's Sam Matero, coming at you today from downtown DuBois with my friend John Hoover. And you're watching DuBois TV. We'll see you around next time.